Good morning, good evening, wherever you guys are in the world. Welcome back to the channel, Trading with RS Capital, also known as RS Trades. So, today I'm just going to be discussing the charts that I have upcoming for the week and basically intentionally indicating my plan and setting myself up for success for this week. So, I'm just going to write a brief short description of what I'm going to be looking for or what the plan is this week. So the first step always comes to only trading if my setup presents, and currently I'm testing out two different strategies, uh, and in the process I'm forward testing them and forward testing and back testing. So I stick by this rule. This is the key for me. If I don't have this in my mind, in the back of my head, then I can't follow through with the system or the trade that takes place, because then I'll technically be breaking my rules. So enough of the talking. We're gonna go into some charts and let's talk about it a bit more further in some breadth and depth. Now, starting from the weekly time frame on gold. Now we all know gold has been pushing up like crazy, but this week we have had a red close, but this close hasn't been above the week of the 14th, so indicating some presence of support. We've technically wicked at this level, so we've closed above this candle here, so that's very essential, indicating that some buyers are still in this market. Now dropping down to the daily time frame, we can clearly see that even on the higher time frame that gold is in an uptrend. You can see from the breakout that we had here, we created a lower high, higher low, then a break of structure, moved to the upside, created another higher low, then a new higher high, then a drop back, higher low, and basically this is our all-time high level currently. Now it's important to remember that pullbacks do happen in uptrends, and ultimately we must be able to identify the pullbacks. And historically you can see the price of gold has just always gone up. Obviously there are periods where price action can pull back, but ultimately we only trade with the trend and following our system. Now dropping down to the 4-hourly time frame, I drew some Fibonacci extension and support and retracement levels. So one being a support retracement from this lower low to this higher high, and essentially we've broken this level here as of this week, and basically this level of supply is currently holding. So this is a good area of interest to look back for potential push to the upside. Okay, so we're going to mark this and keep an eye on this zone. If gold potentially um, if gold can potentially break out through this zone, we don't know, it could do. Obviously it's important to take into consideration both scenarios, where we see potentially a push up or either we see a push down, depending on where price wants to go. But either of these paths are definitely uh, you know definitely viable, and you must take this into consideration. So if I'm honest, at the moment, because of the bands being flipped here since the 23rd, I'm looking for gold to potentially still push down. However, um, we do have some upcoming important news, with the federal meeting. I think happening next week. So some very important and interesting factors to take into consideration, as we also had NFP come into play. Now, if I just drop into Forex Factory, you can just jump on the news and have a look and see what we currently have lined up. And so if I just filter out red news only, we will get a better indication as to what will happen. So CPI and ISM PMI services, and then we obviously have the federal funds rate on Wednesday, FOMC press conference. So yeah, Thursdays can definitely be pretty volatile. So just keep an eye on this information. So yeah. Anyways, so as far as my analysis goes, dropping down to the hourly time frame, if this support level continues to hold, I will be looking for buys again. So just reiterating that fact that if we see the support level hold and if the trend flips, then yeah, I'm definitely looking for buys. Um, but yeah, then again, price could drop back down and probably break this level of support. So we'll see what happens. Now moving to another chart, we will go over and cover Euro USD. So Euro USD on the weekly time frame. If we just hide some of these drawings quickly. So we had the weekly breaker structure, which happened here. A lot of momentum came into this move actually. And I genuinely thought that price would continue up, but because of this supply, it looks like price has actually rejected this level and now is kind of overturned. Now, as far as dropping down to the daily time frame, I told myself the demand zone is holding and looking to keep an eye on looking to keep a close eye on price action since the weekly supply has impacted and has caused a reversal. So that reversal has kind of played out, but it hasn't really pushed with momentum this week at all. And if anything, if I drop to the full hourly time frame, this level of support is still technically being held. We haven't fully broke through it, not with momentum, like an engulfing candle or a Maribozu candle, or candle that just has strong volume. So as far as I can see, um, I would say potentially I want to see this continuation trend because of the weekly supply that we have sitting here. I don't think that Euro USD is going to push any more bullish. I think we will see potentially a break and a sell down to potentially these lows down here. Um, so yeah, I'll be keeping a close eye on that price action and letting you know how my setups play out. Um, and yeah, we'll move on to US dollar JPY. Um, Now this has been a beautiful trade that played out pretty damn well because of this reversal that's happened multiple times. It's been a clear indication that price has respected this zone since 2023. Since then, we basically have been pushing up, and basically I respect that if price will go up, then I need to think about other things that will occur. I'm doing recording, and essentially price should push up with the momentum as it has here. Therefore, we have weekly supply coming up here, which will be an interesting area to look for. Um, and then basically, if we see price push up, we have these targets to look at. Now, I did get in this trade right here, which was quite beautiful. 1 to 2R. And yeah, momentum followed through. We broke this structure and followed through. And this would have been a beautiful trade to hold on to over, a flipping 4 hour trade. Goodness me, what a trade that was. Now, dropping back to the weekly time frame because of the reversal pattern being respected multiple times, I assume that we should continue with bullish momentum. Uh, Technicals say sells, but I think we did see a bit of a sell-off here, to be fair. I mean, if you check this retracement from this high high to this higher low, we broke here, but we haven't actually broke this level, so it'll be interesting to see what price does here. So yeah, I'm just kind of with US dollar JPY. I'm currently uh, in two predicaments. So at the moment, I'm not really looking for any positions on US dollar JPY, but this was a great trade last week. Moving on to cryptocurrency, BTC USD. So we've had the front running of this move come up and push through this resistance. And as far as resistance go from these lows of when the price was down quite disruptively, it was down from 72 and now we pushed up. So we have this level of supply incoming. So it's going to be very interesting to see what price does right here. I'll be keeping a close eye on price action here, but either we get front run and we push up to the highs, but I don't think we break out. And obviously it's too early to tell where Bitcoin's going to go. But you can see that the short-term trend is obviously up, but we could potentially get sold into this move, depending if we break out on these highs, because we know we have a lot of resistance here and obviously here. So yeah, I'll be keeping a close eye on price action on this. And then obviously we've got the Nasdaq. Now the Nasdaq on the weekly showing some signs of support, coming back with buys. And it's interesting actually. I really thought that this move wouldn't really play out too quickly. I thought this move wouldn't really play out too quickly. Uh, but we've actually seen a push, which is quite interesting. Um, so yeah, I think with the Nasdaq, if we see, I'm looking at this supply. Obviously, that was where price had reversed and wicked down, but it's now acting as support on the daily. On the 4 hourly, in terms of structure, obviously we've created a bullish structure here. Then we got sold into it and pushed up again, and now we're actually holding it. But the thing is, we have resistance here at these two levels, so I'm definitely going to keep a close eye on where price goes within the regions and potentially either enter a buy or a sell. So yeah, I'll keep in a very close eye on price action. As I say, I only enter trades based on my analysis and my system, and ultimately that's where we win and let probabilities play out to the best of us. So yeah, sells potentially at this level. Oops. Sells potentially at this level. Oopsie daisy. Potentially at this level right here. If we break out above here, then potentially continuation up, but I don't think stocks will recover this quickly. That's the only problem. So I have to see how price action plays out. As far as the higher time frame structure goes, we are recovering from the somewhat bearish trend that we've had, and we're currently up about, let's just see, from the wick, we are up 23% already, and then title move was 37%, which is quite incredible to be honest. So yeah, Sorry about that. Just had to come back and sort something out. But yeah, um, yeah, we're just looking to see where price goes. So yeah, I'll update you guys within the process, and hopefully let you guys what positions I'll be taking next week as well. And yeah, thank you for all tuning in. I hope you make it a great week, and let's make some money, boys.